here. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is your boy Ace
And King Rick.
and this is Ace&KingRick Unplugged.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So this is episode 2? No, episode 3. Yeah, episode 3. All right. So if you guys are watching this one, thank you guys for watching most of our videos so far. Also, make sure that you comment, like, share, subscribe, help us out the best of your ability. If you don't like it, don't share it. Don't like it. I'd rather people be like, straightforward with me. Don't just share it just because you want to. I mean, like, don't share it because you know us. Share it because you want to. It's better.
We like authenticity.
Authenticity. You hear that? Yeah.
Authenticity.
So today's topic, we're going to be talking about generational
upbringing.
Yeah. That. Generational upbringing. So the difference between, different time frames, like the old school, new school, or the old school, mid school, and then new school, because technically you got like the
All the schools. All
schools. Yeah. So let's see. So first question. What the heck? Okay. Our first question is, how did the digital divide shape the upbringing of millennials compared to Gen Z? So how did technology from phones to computers to social media, how did all that change from the old school generation to the new school generation?
How the digital divide.
How did it shape?
We would say it shaped it a hell of a lot, clearly.
Yeah.
We are in a very technological world right now. My personal opinion, I feel like we were just trying to catch up to Japan, but yeah, I think technological advance helps and hurts as far as people learning. I feel like with more technology as of right now, we're losing hard work. So I would say back in the, baby boomers, all that stuff, the later generation, the older generations, it was more blue collar hard work, getting stuff done, and everything was word of mouth. So I think if you were rich in that sense, it was actually a good thing for you because you actually word of mouth, hard work, doing all the things you need to do to get, to where you was at.
The fact you said to get. You heard that?
It's a little some of that Carolina that's coming out. I'm not from Carolina, but some of it's coming out. But yeah, I feel like I'm glad that we're advancing technology, but I feel like we lose sight of hard work. Not saying people don't work hard,
Like that hands-on hard work.
Yeah, not saying people don't work hard, but I feel like if we lose we're losing that hands-on hard work and understanding your abilities and understanding your body and how what you need to do to get things done. And I feel like technology takes away from that. A lot of people nowadays getting obese or out of shape, out of weight, because we're not necessarily staying in shape as far as working. We're actually just kind of sitting behind a computer.
We're able to let somebody else do the work for us. We do some of the work, but
rather than actually getting our hands dirty to get the experience, we're just getting visual experience, and we're not getting the actual hands-on experience, in my opinion. So I think the digital divide of all that it's a good thing that we're advancing, but I think we're just losing a bit of ourselves in a sense. The older generation. And now with the newer generation, they kind of have that.
They were kind of just born into it. So to them, they don't remember
I feel
any of the older stuff.
We as 80/90 kids, we got the best of both worlds because technology wasn't huge.
It was just starting.
It was starting, but we still understood the value of $1. And now with the technology, a lot of kids don't understand that value like they used to, in my opinion.
I believe that the digital, divide that shaped you'll see like the millennials and Gen Z. It's the old people's fault. They started it. If they didn't start it, it would never happen.
How did old people start something?
They started the whole technology thing about it. So you had the arcade games, right?
Okay.
And then you had what the original ping pong? The original like ping pong was like the two things,
two
right?
lines. But that was not.
I mean, man, listen, because they got bored, so they started making stuff, and then now we're here. So like, okay, so my thing with that is that the older generation started some of it. Now we might have took it and ran with it, but they started it, and then they'd be like, "Oh, you guys are just so concerned." Okay, but you're the ones who put that there. Like you set that in motion for us to have it, so you can't blame us for having something that you guys gave us. Now I'm gonna take.
I'm sure that they didn't understand like it was gonna be a boom like it is now. So.
I mean, did they have Transformers back in the day? Not Transformers, Terminator. When did that come out?
Shit, I don't know.
I don't know either, but I could be wrong.
I would say
Terminator.
I would say the 80s because that's when I think the 80s.
Back to the Future. My man, Marty McFly was over here on the little board thing. Just
80. I mean, but that's all fake. That's probably like wires and stuff back there. But like, I mean, but Arnold Schwarzenegger got big in the 80s with Terminator. So I'm gonna say Terminator kind of started in the 80s.
Because think about it. Marty McFly said he was a surfboard, and then he had the hoverboard, which is like a tenderly.
Yeah, it was part of lines.
And then they also had what's his name
being held up.
I don't know what the professor's name was. That man was sitting there like, yeah, my little time machine. But
he died, didn't he? What's his name?
Yeah, I can't remember the name. I'm sorry.
It was him and
Rest in peace to him. I honestly forgot his name. I'm bad with names.
Who's the dude that has not Alzheimer's,
dementia?
Yeah, what's his name? He played in the same movie. Look, we're bad with names. I'm just gonna say and say.
We talking about the main kid who was the kid on board.
Cause he has not dementia. He has
his name's like Michael something.
Yeah, Michael something.
Man, terrible with names. Yeah, that guy. Y'all know who's talking about. That guy.
Yeah.
That guy. Yeah.
Him.
Yeah. But to circle back to that
fake stuff.
Like to circle back to that, I think it helped. Like you said, it helped and it hurt.
No.
Because we didn't have to do as much physical labor to, I guess succeed like they had to do back in the day. Like all old people like all older individuals say. I mean, to get to work, they had to walk through a dark valley, climb a mountaintop, and then end up at the store. But for like us, all we had to do was like literally press a button, and then we get everything we need. So, with that. Sorry, stumbled on my words. So with that, I think that it helped shape us, but it also helped brought the world forward. You know what I'm saying? Because they had like little things, and they kind of like started it, and then we took it and ran with it. And now Gen Z just like born with it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like we weren't necessarily born with it. Like we were still in the process of learning it, or not learning it, but like helping it develop.
We were learning it.
Like it's like helping it develop. But I think Gen Z was just like, it's already here. Hey, you guys go. Just boom.
Again, kind of
like it went from MySpace to Facebook, then Facebook to.
Remember the early years of Facebook?
Well, then like Instagram. Was it Instagram came out? Was Instagram before Facebook or after?
That's way after.
That's what I figured.
Instagram's something like.
That's what I figured. So
like 10 years old, I think.
Then Instagram, and then all the other social media platforms started popping up. So
yeah, Facebook was 04 or something like that. Facebook was the old. Well, that or MySpace. I think MySpace was.
Isn't MySpace still around?
I mean, it's now MySpace Music. So
yeah, because Justin Timberlake bought it.
And then
Justin Timberlake.
MySpace is just music now. I don't think it's even like I wish I can get my old original MySpace back. When you used to like actually like felt like you were coding.
That's what I'm saying.
And then put your song up there, and then have my top 10 friends, and
somehow Tom, what's his name? Tom, right?
Tom. Yeah.
Tom was always up there. Like, first of all, we didn't add you.
He's my permanent.
We don't want you.
He's your permanent.
He was like the permanent friend for like the longest time until they changed that. But then it's like, oh, your top 5 or your top.
Was your permanent.
You're like top 10, and then if you had people who were like acting weird and had those other friends.
Every time
he's like, oh, okay, here you go. You make it top 15 and add other
Every
friends.
time you get in my profile, play my favorite song. You know what I mean? Have my songs and the glitters and the. Everything was glittered out. Everything was glittered out in like in the 90s to the 2000s.
It was the graphic, glittery, shiny stuff. But what was it? They had the phone voicemail that you could like call. I think that's when Soulja Boy came out with that song. Where he gave off his number, because I thought it was like a MySpace number.
Oh, was it? It came with a picture to my phone, right?
Yeah, that's what I think it was. It was either that. I know like a lot of artists they did that at the time where it was like they
had Mike Jones
the number, and it was and like went to like their MySpace like number. They'd be like a voice record of something stupid.
Yeah, Soulja Boy definitely changed the game as far as flooding the airwaves with Frost and LimeWire at that time. When every time you clicked on a song to download, it was always one of his songs.
First of all, back then we didn't care about getting viruses. Like nowadays, people are like particular on their system, but back in the day,
LimeWire was a
downloaded
virus.
off of LimeWire was a virus.
LimeWire was a
virus. No matter what you did, you just said, "Oh, let me download this," and we gave up all our information off rip just by doing it that way, and we honestly didn't understand like the magnitude of it, but we were just like, "Fuck it, all right." Download. Let me make my little mixtape. And then, God forbid, you fucking missed the song that you wanted to put on there. Now you got to burn a whole nother CD just to add the stupid song. Oh, that shit was terrible.
Yeah, I didn't like burning
CDs. That shit was like terrible.
I didn't like burning CDs, but
I mean, like I said, I think then was everybody became, like, we learned skills. Like you
learn technology. That's what I mean. Like, you learn technological. Shut up. Yeah, you learned those skills, but like I said, we're getting in those skills, but then we're losing the skills where, like, in my opinion, really mattered. It's like I said, like, just like you said, hands on and being able to like do things for yourself, not having someone do it for you in a general aspect. I felt
like change the tire. Some guys can't even do that.
That's what I'm saying, but like in a general aspect of like everything, it's kind of like you're getting lazy to me, But that just, like I said, how I
like what technology? Everybody's just gonna be like big and lazy behind this computer screen, just sitting there.
Man, like, I mean, people work out. Don't get me wrong, but like I just feel like it's like you're getting old quicker. You know what I mean? Like, you're not doing anything to keep your body flowing. You're just behind a desk. Like, again, more power to people ever been doing it, because clearly we're in the same space. But I just feel like, shit, go outside. I don't know. Like, just you
go and fight.
Hands. Yeah, like I don't
go break an arm.
Yeah.
Like, see, I get it, but I also believe, I think that's just people's mentality, because you could be behind a computer screen and still be in shape, still work. So like I think it's more people's mentality just became more complacent. Like, oh, I don't need to do it. The computer's going to do it for me. Or like you type in a bunch of words, like they have like the Grammarly and all that extra AI stuff. So now it's just, oh, I could just type it in, and if I messed up the word,
ChatGPT,
boom, they can fix it. Oh, if I just type it in, oh, they can fix it. Oh, I missed punctuations, I missed commas, I missed all this stuff. It's like, oh, well, they can just fix it. So it's not you having to know how it's supposed to be written or done. It's just, oh, internet's going to tell me how to do it. Like, you don't know how to fix, something with your car. Well, let me go look on YouTube. They have the whole list of every fucking thing on what to change, how to change it, what to get, which some things is good, because instead of you going through the hustle and bustle of trying to struggle and figure out everything, they kind of give you a blueprint. But it's also bad because then again, some people don't know how to do anything, and they just be like, well,
it's like you're like you're forever in school.
That's a good one.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's a good one, because you're technically always learning. You're always learning.
Forever. Like, technology means you're forever in school. Like, we always felt like a lot of times you didn't need college or whatever like that, but like now, if you want to learn something, you gotta look it up. You gotta like figure it out on your own, or sign up somewhere, pay for something. Like, you're your own teacher, or you're watching someone on YouTube who's going to teach you. Like, you're forever in school now. Like, so, because that's what technology is now.
Back then, they would have people that would just like, hey, you want to learn, and just like teach you, or like you would have the
like that kinetic, visual, kinetic, and what's the other teaching? Visual, kinetic, and hands. Yeah, those three type of teachings they still try to do, but I think we're just losing the hands-on more. Just
do you think that has to play a part with because of fathers, like the whole father figure aspect of in life? Because since you know, your father, if he was that type of guy, regardless of what type of guy he was, if he was that man, he would show you those things so you wouldn't only have to rely on.
But that's how but yes and no, because I feel like with the whole father thing, it's generational. That's why we're talking about this, because like the fathers are getting younger, and the fathers are just kind of like more soaked up into social media. They're not doing the life trials and work that back in the day did. You know what I'm saying? So like now it's just like you're always putting up this social media up front and like, oh, I'm a great father, I'm taking a picture of my son, but then, you know, you're not really doing those things. You're just doing those things because you're trying to get likes, favor. You know, you're trying to do all these. You're trying to
be an internet father.
Yeah, you're trying to be an internet. You're trying to be like a fake internet father, but not a real father. Like, oh, I'll take a picture of my kid. Yeah, I have him every weekend.
When in reality, you don't. You have him every once in a blue moon, but you take a ton of pictures, and then it's like, so oh, you're such a good dad. No, mind you, this man hasn't been around for the longest time. He's just been there for that weekend,
and I mean,
hasn't seen his child in the past like 3 weeks.
I don't really know the stats
or 3 months
or the percentages on that, but I feel like just like I said again, my opinion. I just feel like there's a lot more play fathers than actual real fathers.
I like that.
So like it's like that's why we get a lot of. That's why the stereotype is a lot of deadbeats, because I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like social media had a big part in the deadbeats. Deadbeat fathers were always a thing, but I don't think it was
like
as
exploits it more.
I don't think it was always as big until social media came around. Now you're seeing, quote unquote, a lot more deadbeat dads because you can post it, you can show it, you have backup, you have footage, you have all these things now. Like
everybody has receipts.
Yeah,
everybody
like,
has receipts.
Back then you could have probably been a deadbeat, but it wasn't that big. It was between you and your significant other and the families that knew about, okay, he's a deadbeat dad. It wasn't as big. Like I said, it might have still been a stereotype, but now it's like a worldwide stereotype. Like it almost glorifies being a deadbeat dad, when in reality, there's a lot of dads are still taking care of their kids, but that's getting overshadowed because people rather post about a deadbeat dad than a dad that actually take care of their kid. You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like the farther we go, we're losing that like almost connection, I would say, as far as like as the father or mother that
with the children,
with the kids, as far
because it's babies raising babies. You know, like they don't know,
grandmothers are like 45.
They don't know, and then
you got great grandmas like 56,
and then the grandmothers be trying to be like the kids on the social media nowadays too. You be having the grandmas on there trying to show off every part of their body as well too, trying to be on the internet like
We need to bring back Big Mama. We don't have no more Big Mamas. We need to bring back Big Mama. That's where all the problem starts. We don't have any more Big Mamas. That home with the old slides that she's been wearing since like 1972. Like, you know what I mean? Just all around the house, and her gown that barely goes over the barely goes over the her cankle. Like you don't have those no more. And you come over there, you go over there on Sundays, and have the collard greens smelling good.
Oh my God, they was cooking. Yeah. They was cooking. Used to always love to go to Granny's house. She was cooking. Yeah, it'd be during our basketball tournaments when we would travel to was it Asbury? I think it was Asbury or Neptune. I can't remember one for sure. But before or after, we always stop at Great Granny's house. Now, mind you, my great granny was tall. The woman was like 6 foot.
Yeah, she was like 6.
She was like 6 foot, 6'1".
She was tall.
That woman could throw the fuck down.
You know.
She could throw the fuck down.
Yeah. Every Sunday, bro. It was driving to Asbury Park in Asbury, New Jersey. It felt like it was an hour and a half drive, but it was like, as you got older, it was like 40 minutes drive.
Grandparents do play a big part. Grandparents play a big part in
they do
in like their grandkids' lives.
They also have like, it's because they were like the last remnants of that also like, again, the value of $1.
Well, not even the value. I think it was more like it was family. Like like they would do what they have to do for their family. That's how they grew up. Like no matter what, we do what we have to do for our family. We love our family. We support our family. We cherish our family the best we can. you know, yeah, they're gonna make their own decisions and make their own choices, but it was like
Everyone has, in every family, there's always just that one person that keeps the family together no matter what. Like,
who's in our family?
Subconsciously, you don't think it is. Like, you don't think that's you know what I mean. Subconsciously, you don't think that there's like one person that holds the family together.
Oh no, there's always that.
We don't really think about it until you actually lose that one. Be like, wow, this person actually was the quote unquote glue that kept the family a family. Like when we lost grandma, like she was that glue.
Oh, as far as mommy's family,
yes,
yeah, she was. She kept everybody.
She
together.
was that glue, and then once she God her soul passed away, you know what I mean? Like it's almost
things
like
fell apart.
It's almost like they're not as tight. They're still tight, but it's not as tight as it was when she was alive.
Okay, now do you think yes, that has to do with, you know, the older folks, but do you think that's some of our fault now? Because technically we are that generation. Like we are the ones who are supposed to be doing the cookouts, having the family come together. But since we did have it, but we didn't have it, and it's kind of spread out, it's more like everybody kind of just keeps like, okay, forget it, and then the next generation comes through. It's like, and the next generation is close. Like we used to be, and they kind of just fall off. Like, So
generational upbringing, the digital divide. This is where, you know what I mean, this is why we had this topic, because like I feel like that's hurting it. Social media is hurting it, because like I don't have to see you.
I can see what you're doing.
I can see what you're doing.
Instead of I can call you.
I can message you on social media. You know what I mean? I could check up. I could do my 2 seconds of check up. Oh, I did it. Make myself feel good that I checked up on you. But I'm not. Really
FaceTime me real quick. FaceTime me real quick so I can see you. Hey, what's up, cuz? How you been? Blah blah. Boom, and then that's like, but you're not really with each other.
Yeah, I'm just not really seeing you. So like, it's
you're virtually with each other, not.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, I see. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, so I'm seeing you. I don't have to, again, quote unquote, lazy. I don't have to go out my way to see you. I can call you. I can message you. I can do whatever I need to do. I see you. So boom, I did my part. I feel good about myself because I saw you. We don't have to have a cookout. We don't have to go out to eat because I saw you. You know, so like back then, it was a concerted effort to go see you, because like I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know. Oh man, I haven't heard this person in a month. Let me call them real quick. Hey, y'all want to go out to eat? You want to go have a cookout? See each other? You know what I mean? Like it was more together than it is now. And like I said, but you know, that's
all right. So let's sway into the next question, because it adds to some of this.
Okay.
In what ways has the concept of helicopter parenting evolved from like the boomers to, I guess, us?
I feel like helicopter parenting changed.
Well, not changed, but like the helicopter parenting is like micromanaging, like you're always like
living through your kid.
Yeah,
or
like
micromanaging.
So like, do you think that was like a big thing back then, or it became more of a thing nowadays?
I think it became more of a thing now.
Okay.
I think there's always been helicopter parenting, but I feel like now it's worse because it's so easy for younger kids and everything to get famous so quickly.
Access to everything.
So you live through them because they're so popular so fast, and like people's using their kid to get like to go on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, like, you know what I mean? They get popular so quick. So I'm living through my kid now. My kid's buying my house. My kid's doing this, and like I feel like with the whole what most big like streamers, stuff like that, like, oh, I want my mom a house. I'm 24, buying my mom a house, doing all this, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying they're not working hard, but it's just like it's so easy to get that money for them. We're losing sight of not losing sight, but like I feel like parents now are living through their kids because it's so easy. Like they're forcing their kids to be on YouTube, Instagram.
Like they had the parents had to do all the hard work.
Yeah,
to make a couple of dollars, and now kids can literally sit there and just make like $100 doing literally nothing.
Right. I think I saw something like it's gonna be a cycle. It was like, hey, in the 1960s, I worked so hard to get you to understand this, to have a better life. Now, 1970s, I'm still working hard for you to have a better life. Then, like when you get to the 80s, it's like we're working hard. So like it's like I started out with a Honda, like an old school car. Then I moved to like a Honda. Then I moved to like, let's say, a BMW. Then I moved to a Ferrari. Now I'm like at the peak height of improving my life, but you're losing the hard work of poverty. So then eventually we're gonna go back down to where like you're so used to having this Ferrari life and you're not working hard and you lose all that money and then you back to start to square one kind of thing. You know what I mean? So it's like we're going up but losing the sight of why we got up there.
Okay, so yeah, so I've said something similar to that before, because a lot of people, everybody's trying to do they're trying to have that generational wealth.
Yeah.
And my thing was that is, I believe that now if your parent was whooping your ass, then you don't want to do that to your kids.
Your ass.
But I believe you should take some things from what your parents taught you, change a couple things, and then do it to the child. Because my thing is, when you create a when you change something or create something that you have no idea how to handle, like how can you control it? Because if you were struggling and homeless and you got some money, boom, now you're, this big, not saying a big CEO, but now you're a person who makes over, $200,000 a year.
Yeah.
And now the child you have is going to come into a life where they've never had to struggle. They've never had to go through what you had to go through.
Never had to work, really.
And all they had to really worry about was, oh, my parents have this money. Now I'm already born into this money. And the parents usually want their kids to make more money, but it's like, I'm born into this money. So now you're creating problems that you have no idea how to deal with because you've never been in that situation as a child. Mm-hmm. Like, you've never been that child who just was born into money. You were homeless, and then like parents are disciplining kids like, oh nah, well, I used to struggle, I had to do all this. But it's like you're trying to tell them, oh, they don't understand. Yeah, they don't understand because you created this life for them. You created this new life for them, so it's a new problem that you technically don't have no idea how to handle.
They need to continue hard parenting. You get lax with parenting because the money coming in. But I think I'm not pointing anyone out, as just a collective, need to continue hard parenting. If you continue hard parenting, you got to keep them humble to, like, this is not something that you're going to wake up and like, oh yeah, I got all this money, I have to do nothing. No, you're going to still, like, this is my money.
Need you still to do some work.
I'm going to help you. I'm going to get you right, but this is my money. Mm-hmm. You need to work for your own money to do what you want to do.
I believe that too. I believe they should do that.
Yeah, so I feel like hard parenting still needs to happen. We're losing sight of the hard parenting, but I think we need to get back to the hard parenting and, like, toughen up. Y'all saw toughen up. Like, y'all thinking life is easy. It's not easy. It's a hard world out there.
It's meant. They say, what is it? The strongest survive. So it's not meant. It's not meant for everybody to succeed. And this whole notion where everybody can make over $100,000 and something a year, but it's bullshit. Okay, it's bullshit. Everybody cannot, because somebody has to make less for someone else to be able to make more. Yep. There has to be people who work, as maintenance at McDonald's, so they could be managers at McDonald's. Like maintenance, cashiers, like this is a step. If everybody's making the same amount, then that basically, like, what's the eliminate the idea of tiers and levels to, just like job descriptions. Like, if I'm a maintenance man and I'm making the same amount as a manager, I'd be pissed. Like, why is this guy who literally not necessarily all he does, but in a sense, all he does is clean up here and there, throughout the day, and is making the same amount as me when I literally have to work these 12 hours, manage all these people, cook all this stuff, and then it's gonna become a problem because you're gonna have people just sitting there like, where like the kids at McDonald's want to make $17. They want to make $17, $18 an hour. When you have people who are super like shift managers and supervisors at certain jobs who don't even make that much, and you think somebody who literally all he does is in high school and becomes a cashier for 4 hours out of the day, right, and can make $17, $18 an hour, when the manager in the back is making what, 19, 20 and he does 1,000 times more of the work. To me, certain stuff like that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Like, and that whole, the generational thing it's changing. Some people think it's changing for the better. I think it's changing for. I think it's changing for the better.
Relying too much on it.
Yes, we are. But I think it's changing for the better in the sense where something's gonna happen and the world's gonna revert back to a certain point for things to change. Like, I believe that, this is my personal opinion, I believe another civil war is gonna happen. Because the world, the turmoil and stuff that the world is at right now, I think another civil war is going to happen because the world needs a kick in its ass. Yeah. Like, America itself needs a kick in its fucking ass, and I think the civil war is going to happen. Anymore. Boom, and like, okay, here we go. This is.
Yeah, we're not humble anymore. Like I said, we're losing the hard work. We're not. We're thinking all of it's so easy to make money to do this. Like, everything's becoming so easy, and then like eventually if something happens, can you really survive when you don't have these certain technologies? Like, you know what I mean? And then I don't feel like a lot of these generations.
Isn't there like a movie coming out, something like that?
I don't know.
Well, I think like the white, like, technology of the world, like, it's just shot.
And I feel
so
like
it just, who's really gonna survive? A lot of people are gonna
yeah.
die.
I don't think a lot of people, like, the 80-90 baby is gonna be cool because we have in a sense of both.
To them, it's a flashback.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this, like they're not gonna be able to, because even some of my family members, I don't think it's gonna be hard for them to decide because you're so used to pictures and so
it doesn't work.
Y'all used to it. Which, don't get me wrong, that's the life we're in. But don't forget the small values of how you got to where you got to. Like, it seems like it's easy, but it's really not. But I mean,
that's why everybody said they're gonna come to my house.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because they know you're gonna survive. And
you're damn right.
And that's a problem. You should be able to learn how to survive on your own, though.
Yeah, because if I wasn't around, then what? Then you guys would be on your own and stuck. And if you don't know what you're doing, then you're. I see it. But I get it. It's good to have that like person or a couple people that you know when shit hits the fan, someone you can count on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I get it. But then again, it's also you should learn to do some of the things yourself. So.
Yeah.
You don't always rely on someone.
Yeah.
You know? But
all right, another question here. How did economical booms and recessions uniquely impact the childhood experiences of different generations? Like getting sick, COVID, like pretty much basically the COVID-19, pretty much.
Well, us 90s babies and like late 80s, I mean, we've lived through what Y2K, the H1N1, the Ebola outbreak, the swine flu, like 9/11, like we've experienced, and COVID, we're still here. So like we literally experienced so many different world-ending diseases and events and stuff like that, but we are literally still here. And then you have, I guess, Gen Z who've experienced COVID just a little bit, and the world with the shit.
Mind.
The world with the shit.
Lost their damn. And I feel like vid actually, that's showed a little glimpse of
what could happen.
That, and going back to being family oriented and not working your life away. Like, I think it was good and bad that COVID-19 happened. You know what I'm saying? I think it was it was a good thing because it brought us back to like the time where like family meant everything. You don't have to work all these hours. Like, you're just a number. Like, I feel like these newer generations got a glimpse of that. Like, wow, I do love my family. I do miss my family. I like spending time with my family. Like, it's you know what I mean, doing stuff outside, actually cookouts and enjoying each other. Even though we wore masks, but you was enjoying the company of someone. You wasn't worried about social media so much because all you seen on there was.
I hate those mask wearing glasses because they kept fogging like.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And like, stupid. I feel like the COVID-19 helped us to get a glimpse of like what it used to be and what we all missed. I think a lot of people missed spending that time like that together. And then, you know, the bad thing, obviously, everyone was getting sick, and it was really attacking the older and the newer at the same time, which was
the ones who had a lot of like immune problems.
But like, I feel like it was a good thing that it kind of happened just because it.
But they also, when it came to the vid, they told you everybody who died, but they never told you all the people that survived having it.
They were scared.
And that was, I thought that was.
Because they're trying to keep you inside the house.
Yeah, they was like, oh no, oh, you can't do this. listen, the vid has killed over 200,000 people have died from having the vid. And then now, this is my personal opinion. Some of the statistics were elderly, newborns, or people who had already had immune problems or situations going on.
Right.
But it was like they had like all that going on, but then they was like, oh, 1 in 4 people catch it or 1 in 3 people catch it, blah, blah. So it was scaring everybody like, oh, if you catch it, you're going to die. When in reality, the numbers for people that were alive, that caught it, went through it, and survived were very high. But they would never tell you that part because the media, the news channels, most of them, they all report the same fucking thing. And it's always, oh, these are the numbers of people who died. These are the numbers of people. This is like, it's never, oh, well, you have a chance of surviving if you get it. This is the probability or blah. Or these are people who have had it, survive. Like, if you keep scaring everybody, yeah, it's going to put them into like a little mass panic and they're going to follow whatever you want them to do. But the ones who understand are just going to look at it. That's why a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not getting a vaccine. I know the numbers. Oh, I'm not getting a vaccine. And then they also said the vaccine, and most of the vaccine, well, the thing for vaccines is literally they put the disease in you to have your body fight it off.
Usually.
To like learn how to fight it off. So like
yeah, usually.
Dumb. Straight dumb.
But I mean, we're definitely going towards a recession. And I don't know how these newer generations are gonna deal, or how they're gonna deal with literally how they're gonna deal with no money being not being as accessible as it is now. Like, cause we're booming now as far as like money and stuff like that. The recession's coming, and when it comes, how are these newer generations are going to be able to handle that? Because like, again, it goes back to being able to survive and being hands-on. How are they going to grasp it? I don't feel like, and this is just my opinion, you're going to see a lot of deaths because some people are not going to know how to survive without technology and the social medias of the world. They're going to lose their mind because they can't get in contact with people with social media wise. I don't know, pick up a phone, actually call someone. Oh, you know me, I know how to drive to someone's home, or, you know what I mean? I feel like it's going to be a big problem whenever that time comes, and it's going to be like a hysteria from the newer generation because I don't think they would understand how to get through a tough time like that on their own. That's just how I feel about it, but we never really know though, truthfully.
Yeah, honestly, we'll never know just because unless it happens and we experience it, it's all just speculation.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever know.
100%.
All right, so on to our next question. What role did music and pop culture play in shaping the identity of this new generation compared to millennials?
Telling a story is becoming a lost art. And I feel like everything now is about shaking it, throwing money, in a weird way, abuse as far as like hip hop culture. I feel like they're allowing, not all newer artists and stuff like that, but a lot of it is just like, it's okay. Nothing wrong with doing different occupations, but they're allowing it. It's okay to, throw your money at people. Pretty much what I'm trying to say here. They're allowing negativity to be okay, I guess I would say. Like, like they're allowing
all the music essentially like
the same. Yeah, so like they're allowing, like, anyone can get famous off of music if you get that one hit viral or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? But like, I just feel like you're losing the art of storytelling or the art of learning or about life and stuff like that. Now it's just clubs shaking ass.
Some of them shake the ass on be on point though.
But I mean, that's entertainment. It's fine. But like, I feel like
that the baby song shake something, but the baby That beat go hard.
Okay, but again,
Oh, shit.
I'm not saying I don't hate none of that stuff.
Yeah.
But like, it's just like I feel like we're not like music's supposed to be something like you feel and you learn. I feel like everyone's in the same category, so like they're just throwing stuff out there. There's very few that still kind of do storytelling, but now we're just throwing songs out there because hey, you'll bop to it, and like our attention span is getting so short now because everything's so quick in access. So it's just like, hey, if I'm not feeling it in like 2 seconds, and whatever, if I'm not bopping my hand or I'm not shaking my butt, then and it's not a good song, and I feel like that's
I get it. It's
terrible.
No, I get it. Like our generation or some of the older generation as well, when it came to hip hop, it was like a whole wide range of different things. It wasn't just, everybody's doing gangster rap or, and I think a lot of times what it is nowadays is they're also just, a lot of them lie. Back in the day, you saw a lot of the problems that some of them went through. Nowadays, you see some of the problems that some of them went through. But I feel like a lot of people are just lying because it sounds good. And as long as you lie to make a story of like, oh, I'm a gangbanger, I've been blah, 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 and I've been struggling, blah, blah. When you start making stuff up, I think people in this generation like you more because like, oh, he lived a hard life. He did this or she did this, blah, blah. When in reality, a lot of that is just is BS. Yeah. It's straight BS. Also, as like the older generation, they had it where you had all different types of musics. It was, they had the hard, like the gangster music, but then they had the storytelling music, like the Slick Rick, the KRS ones, like they told their stories and put like uplifting into people, not just.
I feel like it was like it was like their first album kind of entwined with their last album back then. Like I said, it was the whole thing was always a story. You know what I mean? Like you can understand it, you get the vibe, you can almost feel it and live it. Like you can feel like they were in your shoes or are in your shoes or something like that. Now it's just like if you're not popping bottles and shaking butt or throwing money, you're not like,
or flaunting guns. Then it's like,
but you're making like people want to do that. But like I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it's a deeper.
Yeah, I think J. Cole said it the best way. He was like, basically saying like the music that you make makes others want to like do that because they feel like that's how it is to be us, when that's not even the case, because we have so many different, what's the word? So we have so many different like versions of the Black culture that the only ones that get portrayed is the niggas. Like honestly, that's literally all. It's literally the niggas. Like there's Black men, and to me, every race has their people. There's like white people have rednecks. Like that's like their, not necessarily bottom of the barrel, but it's like the ones who like do dumb shit. And you be like, So for black people, I think like niggas are the ones that just be like why y'all like why y'all keep doing that? And most of them, oh, it's your environment, all that stuff. But then again, it's niggas killing niggas. Like y'all killing each other and complaining about the environment, but it's y'all killing each other. So how are you complaining about the environment that you're in when it's literally you doing the problem?
And don't give me that bullshit talking about, it's just all survival. Nah, you chose to put your behind there, and you like, you know what I mean? Like I ain't nothing wrong with surviving, but like you can get yourself out. I just feel like that's just a cop out saying, oh no, I've been in it for you, I can't get, nah, I don't care. Everyone has a hard life. It's always just different version, and how you feel, how your life was hard. Like it's how you feel what made your life hard. There's ways to get out of that stuff, and the fact that you make it seem like, nah, this is me, that's you. So stick to you, but don't make it seem like the world put you there, or like, don't get me wrong, projects and stuff, I get all that, but like, don't make it seem like the world put you there and you couldn't get out. Nah, nigga, you can get out.
Facts. And that's what I'm saying. So you have, like I said, like you have niggas creating problems in bad neighborhoods for niggas.
Yeah.
So you could have that one Black kid who's growing up who could be something, but then you have niggas who are gonna try to like beat this kid up because he doesn't have a certain color or he isn't doing what they want him to do. Like, are you like, do you see how dumb that sounds? As Black people, we want to progress forward, but then we have these idiots. I don't care, idiots who are harming the black kids from growing up to be the potential they possibly can be.
And I think that's the difference in the general upbringing. Because back then,
gangs were different.
Not even like
gangs
they
were different.
They were different, but
they were set up to protect the neighborhoods, not to.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if they knew if they knew a kid or something like that was on their way getting out, they would make sure that person would stay out of trouble to get out. Now it's just like whatever. Like,
there are some gamers that do that. Some gamers are like, nah, leave him alone.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
But
like your community meant something. Communities don't really mean much now. Like,
no,
back then,
it's all for self.
Yeah, back then communities meant something. Like, everyone was together. It was like, you know what I mean? Like, if you lived in like a cul-de-sac or a home or projects for so long, y'all all sit together and y'all making sure someone get out to get back. Now it's just like you don't see that much anymore as far as like trying to like help your community to get like for y'all to get out the slums or whatever like that. Yeah. Y'all rather just stay there.
Yeah, it was women and children were always off limits, and older and elderly. You always respected people, even if you were in a gang. Like back then, you always respected people. It was elderly, women and children were off limits. Nowadays, this whole people they don't care. They try to take out everybody because
schools are not safe no more.
Like you're trying to take out everybody. Like men would handle problems with men, not now I'm gonna go try to get your wife or I'm trying to go get your kids. No, it was I have a problem with you. I'm gonna find who this person is and address you. And even then, you walk up to the wife and be like, "Hey, I'm looking for your husband," and she could say, "Oh, I don't know where he's at," or blah. But then you wouldn't be like, "Oh, well, you ain't gonna beat her up." You'd be like, "All right, well, when you see your husband, to let him know that I'm looking for him." Like. Yeah. Because they always kept problems between men, but now this whole generation, they're afraid to take L's. That's literally what it is. No, when we were growing up, it was you can fight, whoever won, whatever, y'all dab each other up and move on. That was it. Because we were men, so we understood. Like, okay, boom, 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 we fought. All right, you won. All right, boom, keep it moving. Now it's like, oh, I lost. Let me go get my gun. I'm gonna go shoot you because I like you. So you're scared to take an ass whooping. And then you have and after that, after you do the deed of taking somebody out or hurting somebody in a certain way, and then someone comes back to you, and everybody's up in fucking hell and high waters, like, oh my God, he was so nice. Why would he do? Why would somebody hurt him? He was such a no, he was not. He literally killed somebody too, and he deserved to get his ass taken out.
Yeah,
plain and simple. Like, when you live in that quote unquote environment. You have to accept the consequences that come with it. One day you will be gone. It could be tomorrow. It could be the next day. It could be later that fucking night. So why would you want to have your life always constantly risked? To me, it just doesn't.
It's like you're always putting your life on the line for.
Like it's it. Like we grew up around members. But people knew us. They knew we weren't a part of that stuff, and they made sure like, hey, don't mess with them, because blah blah blah.
Right.
So for us, there's ways to move about things, and then there was some that would try to press luck, but we had people. We don't have to do any of this stuff, and we never really feared nobody, but we also would fight if we had to. We weren't afraid to take a loss if we needed to, but we moved about how we were supposed to. Nowadays, like I said, they can't do it. First thing they're gonna do is start shooting everybody because they're scared. They start shooting everybody. Oh, he was gonna beat me up. Start shooting everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Shit is dumb. Like I just don't get it. The black culture pisses me the fuck off so much when it comes to things like, oh, a cop kills a black man, everybody's in hella high water, but a black man kills another black man over a fucking color, and everybody's like,
it's what they do. It's what they do.
Color. He was in the wrong area at the wrong time. Blah 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 blah. You guys sound fucking stupid. Yeah. Stupid when you talk like that. So, every culture and every race. I know we kind of veered off, but fuck. Every culture and every race, like, they help each other get to the next level. White people take their kids, teach them certain things, help them get to the next level. Spanish people, if they come from somewhere, they will all get a place together and branch off. There would be 10 Spanish people in one house, and then as they accumulate money, they'll buy the next house next door. So there'd be 5 and 5, and then so on and so forth. So like that's how they do this. That's how they work together. Black people, we're the only ones that'd be like, nah, you gotta struggle like I did before you can get there. If this person's coming to you and trying to make a better life, nah, you gotta struggle. Nah, you gotta go through everything I went through.
And to piggyback on what you're saying, what you're saying too. Just because I'm helping you, it does not mean, again, we're still veering off, Just because I'm helping you does not mean I'm gonna give you a discount on my business. You don't ask the white man or white woman that they want half off your business or a discount on something like that. Like, I'm not making money that way. You're not helping me progress because you coming in, oh, you're not gonna give me a discount. That's what's wrong with black people. No, your problem is you just want a discount. Like, I don't have to always give you a discount for stuff. Like, if I'm doing a kind of my art, sure, but like every time I see you, no. Like, it's my business. I need to make money too. So I feel like, stop going to all these businesses expecting that because I'm black, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. No, you got to pay full price. You'll pay full price for the white man. Why
for Louis Vuitton, for fucking
so why can't you pay me full price?
Balenciaga for all the extra shit. Matter of fact, you even pay full price for Kanye West's ugly shit. Like,
yes.
That man literally have y'all wearing sleeve clothing and y'all thought it was fucking fashion. Come on now.
You could have made that.
This man literally had a sweater that had tons of fucking holes in it.
Yeah, you made that yourself.
Excuse me, and selling it for an arm and a leg, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, you see the new Kanye West? You see the Yeezy? Are you serious? Yeah. That shit is stupid and ugly." And to me, you're literally paying for just a name attached to it. It's literally just a sweater with fucking holes. Come on now, like I said, fashion to me, for some people, fashion is a thing, but I believe you can dress up and look nice without even having to spend all that fucking money that people spend. Like, you shouldn't have to spend $1,000 on a pair of fucking pants just to be like, oh, you don't have these ones, or the red bottom shoes just because they have they have a red bottom. That's it, a red bottom. And it's like, oh my god, you don't have these. Look at my shoes, oh, red bottom. Like,
yeah, no one else has those either.
I'd be looking like, and when it comes to like stuff like that, like not you guys, but people in general would look at the celebrities and be like, oh, it's that, what's the word? It's that slave mentality where we are, like, oh, we see the white people have this or do this, so we want to have that and do that because we need validation from them. So, oh, the white man has 4 houses and has all these cars and has all this stuff. So I want 4 houses, have all these cars, have all this stuff, just so I could be like, oh, I have money. Because for us, we want to flaunt jewelry and everything to make it seem like we have money.
Sometimes you just gotta be happy in your own skin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't have to prove nothing to no one as long as you're happy in, your own skin. And I think, we lose sight of that sometimes. Like, like we talked about last episode, finding what's stable for you, not for what's stable for someone else. If you're comfortable and stable in what you got going on, you don't need to do any better. Like, you can always do better, but you don't need to have a competition with anyone to like, I want to be that. No, if this works for you, it works for you.
Like success looks different to everybody. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Some people want to be successful and want to have a ton of money. Some people want to be successful and just be able to live. Be able to do a couple trips here and there with their family, be able, like little stuff like that. But to double back, billionaires dress like bums, and they're some of the richest people in the fucking world. So if they dress like bums and have so much money, why do you guys have less but want to flaunt it like you have more? It just doesn't make sense. You see most billionaires be like jeans, some fucking New Balances, or some like random tennis shoe sneakers, and then like a shirt. And then to be walking around normal, like everybody else in the world.
Yeah.
But us, we have to try to show out, flaunt, like it's like that peacocking syndrome. Like, we have to try to like, here's all my colors, here's all, like, I have to like all, like, so you can see everything.
Really good analogy.
No, like, just chill, because if somebody's gonna be with you, they're gonna be with you regardless. But if somebody only likes you because of what you wear, that's terrible. That's not somebody who likes you. That's just because they like you for what you have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But shit, I know we're off on a tangent, but listen, this is gonna be a whole other day, an episode for a topic, because me and the black culture got a lot to talk about. Got a lot to talk about. Some stuff just don't make sense to me when it comes to a lot of things in the black culture, and it could be because, like it's like before, like we are mixed race, but it could be because maybe I haven't struggled the way that some of you guys have struggled. We've had our own struggles, but everybody equates black to, you have to be in the ghetto, you have to be in the projects, you had to be struggling, like you had to have, you have to be a single parent, like you, like for the quote unquote to be black, you
stereotypes.
Talk with a slang. You have to like blah blah blah. If not, you weren't black. Oh, you didn't play sports, you didn't sell drugs, you're not black.
If you're educated, you're not black.
If you're at the time, it was like if you were educated and you spoke, I guess if you spoke proper English, it was, oh, you're not black.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not black. Oh, you're not this. Like people say we're not from Jersey because when we talk, they're like, oh, you guys don't sound like you're from Jersey. What the fuck does that even mean? Like, you trying to say somebody doesn't sound like that where they're from? They are where they're from, regardless of what you think it's supposed to sound like. No, because you hear some people
from the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, like you hear some people that are like further towards like New York.
Yeah.
And you know, compared to Jersey, so like to them, you hear the New York Jersey like mix, and everybody's like, oh, Italian. Oh, no, yeah, we can tell where you're from. No.
Yeah.
Most Jersey people can tell you're from Jersey. When you have a conversation, you just like it's just a certain thing that you just know. But because you speak a certain way, it's like you're not from where you are, and that whole correlation is asinine to me. It's just fucking asinine. But for this another question. So to tag along to the single parentings,
does be the last question?
Yeah. So does single? Hold on. I think I wrote that wrong. Oh yeah, sure.
Does single or double parent homes really have an effect on upbringing? Does it matter what parent is doing the teachings?
I think it does matter. I believe that mothers, now there are some of the cases that happen, but I believe that a lot of mothers nowadays cannot raise men. Like, you're giving them all the basics of how to treat women, you know, and how to be. But I believe that it takes a man to train to raise a man, you know. Now, like, this not saying that single moms, and not saying that like moms can't, you know.
So, do you think it's easier for, like, obviously a man has to teach a boy, and so do you think it's easier for, like, if there's a single parent, and who think you would do a better job as far as like a woman teaching a man more stuff, or a dad teaching a girl more, like your daughter more stuff? Like if it's like obviously it's single parenting. So
I think
who would do a better chance at teachings if it was like if the roles were flip flop like that?
Now that's a good one. I honestly don't know, because it'd be hard either way, because a mother can't teach a man like a boy how to become a man, but a dad can tell a daughter how to do, but he can't tell a girl how to be a woman. Like he can tell what he sees, but it's just it's hard.
So off of that, I would say it will be a little like either way it doesn't work, but I feel like it'll be a little more easier for a woman to teach a man more things, only because a lot's not involved as far as teaching a man something, because like they learn it out in the world, and they see things there.
Well, they also learn it at home though.
But they're tougher skin as far as like they'll learn stuff out in the world better than they would in a household, even with a mom or dad. And I think with the girls, there's so much that goes on with their bodies and all these things like that. A man really can't help. You know what I'm saying? Like
I can see that.
They can't help. With a woman, it's easier for them to teach them how to have sex and do all that. It's hard for a man to explain
a woman's body to
a woman.
Yeah.
You're not in you know what I mean? You don't understand, like you understand all that, but you don't really get it because you don't go through it. Like I said, with a woman, with a man, what you see is what you get. You kind of like you could teach that a little better than a man teaching a woman. Like it's hard either way, but if in this discussion, I feel like it would be a little easier for a mom to teach a son more than it would be a dad
to teach a daughter.
Yeah, even though it's possible for either side, but as generally, I feel like it would be easier for the mom.
Yeah, because either side is going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be hard regardless, but I feel like it's a little easier to, send your son out in the world than to send your daughter out in the world.
I mean, yeah, I can see exactly why you're saying it to an extent, because it'd definitely be a lot harder for a dad to tell a daughter how about being a woman when he really has no idea. And also, for a mom,
you can read as much as you want.
as long if there's no woman around, it's gonna be kind of hard to teach her how to But and as far as the mom, because men do learn their stuff out in the world, in the environment, But yeah, that's crazy. But now statistics say that single mothers do end up raising have the percentage of them raising kids or sons, a lot of them are become in jail or whatever from single mother or have a lot of problems because they're single mother households. Now to get deep into that, that's for a whole other topic, a whole other day, because I have to do some more research on that.
Yeah, I didn't do a lot of research in it, but I just felt like
I do some more research on that
question.
For it.
I mean, but to get back to it though, I feel like obviously it's better if you're stable. You have a stable home with double parents.
Sometimes
I was saying,
sometimes,
but I think it is better, but because you got two different perspectives. As long again, if we're just talking about a perfect scenario.
Are you talking about them in the household together, or just in general? As long as the mother and father are in your life.
A perfect scenario, right now. If you have them in the house and they're together and there's not, this communication stuff like that. I feel like that's a better effect. Even if they're not living together, I still think as long as the father's part of the life and the moms and they figuring out.
As long as both parents are there, I think that creates.
It has a good effect. I think it does. I'm not saying it happens. It's not 100% perfect, but I think it does happen.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's better. Even if the mom and dad don't even get along, as long as they get along for the child, and are there to answer the questions when he or she needs to ask certain things. I think that creates a better dynamic, just because when you get older, you can talk to both your parents about what happened to why there's certain things. You can learn these differently than just having one parent's opinion inside, and you never have any idea what the other parent how really things are supposed to go. Because you might feel some type of way towards your parent because, say if you're with your mom, and it's you hear your mom bash your dad all 24/7. So you think that your dad's a bad person. Yeah. You think he's fucking terrible. Yeah. But then as you got older, you come across your dad and talk to him and kind of find out your mom was the one who was holding your dad from seeing you, or kind of or you found out yourself that your dad really was a dick. At least you got to experience that.
Your own perspective.
Yeah, at least you got your own perspective and got to experience that. Then just hearing the one parent side, mom, blah 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 blah, your dad, blah blah blah, and now as you get older, you can grasp your own perspective, because now the way that you feel towards your mom, how your mom was doing certain things or you hated certain things, and you talk to your dad, and your dad's yeah, this is one reason why me and your mom had left, because of blah 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 blah. So it's you can have somebody who sympathizes with you, and kind of I guess it makes you feel better, because you're not just thinking crazy, oh no, this is exactly what's going on.
It's always good to have open communication with both of your parents, at least. But yeah, sometimes parents don't realize. Sometimes they're manipulating or bashing the other parents a lot of times, and it does resonate with us, kids in general. We do remember, you might not think we do, but we do remember, certain stuff.
Kids remember everything.
Yeah, so I think it is good to have parenting with open communication and understanding. As long as your parents don't try to bash each other, I think, you have a better, you have a better chance of living out there in the world, as far as not everything is obviously rainbows and, beautiful stuff, but yeah.
Okay. Nah, I get it. Well, that's it for us today, y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes, sir.
It's your boy Ace.
It's your boy King Rick.
And this is Ace and King Rick Unplugged. Catch you later.